Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College in Brevard, North Carolina, for today's women's basketball matchup between Methodist University and the host Brevard College Tornadoes. I'm Phil DeMontmollin, joined by Bryce Washington for today's matchup. Bryce, looking forward to some good women's basketball being played here today?
Very much so, Phil.
Well, it's going to be a exciting matchup. These two teams from the USA South Conference. However, this game does not count towards the conference records. The two teams are in different divisions, and that's how it works in women's basketball. Only the games within your division count towards the conference record. Brevard in the West Division of the USA South Conference, and Methodist in the East Division. So we're about 11 minutes, 30 seconds away from the tip-off of this one. Brevard versus Methodist, coming up shortly here at the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Welcome to the Boshamer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College for women's basketball action. Methodist versus Brevard coming up shortly. We're about 5 minutes away from tip-off. Should be a compelling matchup this afternoon between these two USA South Conference teams. Monarchs actually looking for their first win of the season. Losses to Randolph and Bob Jones to start the season. But Bryce, certainly they look like they've got some key players that fans will want to keep an eye on for today.
Yes, Tyzeria Alexander, number 10. She is averaging 14 points a game this year and with a high of 27. And also number 3, Katia Snipes. She's actually averaging 9. And those are very good. And her high is also 15 this year.
Yeah, so Alexander, the junior guard from Salisbury, North Carolina, and Snipes, the junior guard from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, both two key players to keep an eye for. Now the Tornadoes entering this game 1-1 on the season opening win against Toccoa Falls. Then unfortunately had a loss in their road opener this season. However, a lot of optimism about this year's team, an exciting squad, and couple players to watch on the Tornado side, Bryce.
Number 20, Deja Riddick. She's the leading scorer for the Tornadoes, as many of you know. McKendia Martin, actually, she's a freshman out of Georgia. She's very quick, and she can also shoot very well. And I'm looking forward to seeing those two matchups tonight.
Yeah, Riddick with a 20-plus performance in the season opener, a season and career high for her. And Martin, as you mentioned, we talked to Coach Donald Hudson following the season opener, and he mentioned how proud he was of Martin, her first collegiate start at the point guard position. A lot going on for a point guard, to be the field general on the playing court, and Martin did a nice job in that season opener. Would you agree, point guard, one of the tougher positions to just throw a player out there and say,
definitely.
hey, start your college career?
Most definitely. It is by far one of the hardest, especially in college.
Well, it should be a great matchup. Starters are set. Shakira Thompson, McKendia Martin, Taryn Ledford, Deja Riddick, and Krista Davis will start for the Tornadoes. And for Methodist, Katie Snipes, Tyzeria Alexander, Caitlin Kendrick, Jazane Billings, and Destiny Harden are the 5 that will start for the Monarchs. So we're just about 2 minutes, 30 seconds away from the opening tip and for the pregame ceremonies here at Boshamer Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us on this Sunday afternoon, and we'll bring you this action this afternoon. Brevard versus Methodist women's basketball coming up shortly. All right, starters have been introduced. The anthem has been played. Ready to rock and roll here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Tornadoes and Monarchs. Brevard College versus Methodist. About to get started here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Joined by Bryce Washington on this broadcast. Bryce, looking forward to some good women's basketball here, huh?
This will be an exciting game. Winning tip by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, Deja Riddick coming up with the loose ball off the tip, and Tornadoes off and running. Martin running the point. Here's Ledford for three. Rims out. Body's hitting the floor, and then a jump ball situation. Early possession arrow goes to the Monarchs after the Tornadoes won that tip, but great to see that kind of aggressive play on the offensive glass for the Tornadoes.
That is great effort by Krista Davis, number 21.
Yeah, certainly a point of emphasis for head coach Donald Hudson's club this year's offensive rebounds. We'll keep an eye on that number. Now here comes Methodist on the attack.
Great defense by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, playing tight man-to-man defense against the Monarchs. Billings swings it around to Snipes. 2 on the shot clock.
Great
now
defense.
1 on the shot clock. And you're absolutely right, Bryce. A shot clock violation, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Tornadoes. Great job just smothering the Monarchs defensively.
That was a great defense call by.
Yeah, Shakira Thompson doing a nice job defensively along with Riddick. Actually, a whole team effort. And here's Thompson right on cue. The three rims
great
out.
Defensive rebound.
Offensive rebound by Riddick. Just crashing the boards there was Riddick. And then Krista Davis from way outside. Now, if she has that kind of range in addition to her low post game, watch out, Tornado fans.
That was a great shot by Krista Davis and nice driving kick by McKendia Martin.
We're just early on here. 8 minutes, 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And again,
great defense by McKendia Martin.
Smothering defense. McKendia Martin able to take it away. Riddick.
Good steal. It's a good steal by number 15, Kendrick off of Methodist.
Yeah, Kendrick coming up with the steal, and then a foul there on Riddick. So first foul for either side.
That's the thing that they have to watch tonight. It cannot get into any foul trouble.
Here comes the Monarchs on the attack. Running the point is Billings. Now a three-pointer there is good.
Number 10, Ty Alexander.
Alexander, one of those players you mentioned that Tornadoes will have to keep an eye on throughout this contest, gives the Monarchs their first lead of the contest, 3-2. Riddick with a pull-up jumper. It rims out. And going up high for the rebounds, Harden.
I believe that's number 21, Billings from Methodist.
That's correct. And then a three-pointer there for Snipes. Billings able to find Snipes, count the assist for Billings, the three-pointer for Snipes. And just like that, after back-to-back three-pointers, the Monarchs on top 6-2. Martin running the point, defended by Billings.
This is also great defense by the Monarchs.
Martin throws up a three-pointer. It rims off Monarch basketball.
That was great defense by the Monarchs.
Yeah,
as
it looked
well.
like the Tornadoes had a tough time kind of getting into their offense, getting comfortable on that possession. So see if perhaps some adjustments will be made next time up the court. Meanwhile, Methodists hit back-to-back three-pointers. Tornadoes are going to have to tighten up along the perimeter.
Great low post work by Krista Davis. That is.
And it's going to be a foul, actually, on Davis. So kind of a tough break there. It seemed like she had done a good job closing up that passing lane. And then a steal there by Martin, but then the ball off of her foot, perhaps, back into the hands of the Monarchs. A whistle on the court, no shot. And a reset of the shot clock. So after that change of possession, just getting everything straight administratively. 6:54 to play here, quarter number one. Tornadoes trailing 6-2.
Good call by number 15, Caitlin Kendrick, for the Monarchs. They almost got a 5 second delay in the ball game.
And meanwhile, a timeout on the court with your score: Methodist 6, Brevard 2. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, Tornadoes with a 6-2 lead over the Monarchs. Monarchs basketball underneath. Nice defense
Great
there
defense
by
Krista
Davis.
Davis. Yeah, I think that'll be another point of emphasis to point out tonight as well. The low post work by Krista Davis.
Yeah, and if we see Avery Lockwood enter the game as well, something to keep an eye out for.
Great move by Krista Davis again. Very great.
So 6-4 now your score, 6:30 to play here, quarter number one.
Look at the double team down in the low post. I know that was a foul, but I like the help defense that Deja Riddick gave Krista Davis on the low post.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of energy for the Tornadoes on this Sunday afternoon. And first substitute of the contest, Brianna Ware checks in. She replaces Riddick after that foul.
Yeah, you got to watch the foul trouble tonight. Hopefully that doesn't come by neither of the teams.
And a traveling violation, so it'll be Tornado basketball. 6-4 your score, 6:16 to play.
McKendia Martin bringing the ball up court. Seems like the Monarchs are meeting McKendia at the half court mark.
And a whistle underneath. That's going to be a foul on Methodist. And substitutes coming in for the Monarchs. Looks like number 4, Latrice Pearson, and number 12, Jacqueline Patterson. So Monarchs under head coach Cheryl McNair going to their bench. 6 minutes to play here, quarter number one. Monarchs up 6-4.
Great move by McKendia Martin.
McKendia Martin just left her defender in the dust there and then able to finish, tie this game up at 6. McKendia, the exciting freshman from Atlanta, Georgia, running the point for the Tornadoes. And Tornadoes
Great
defense
forces
a turnover there. And a couple more substitutes for the Tornadoes. Victoria Green is checked in, number 22. Avery Lockwood replaces Krista Davis.
Seems like Coach Hudson's trying to get everybody in the game pretty early.
A steal there, and fast break
Number 4,
opportunity.
Latrice Pearson.
And a finish by Pearson.
Very quick.
So 8-6 now your score. So
looks like they were in a high 3-2. Meaning exactly at half court.
another strong take by McKinney Martin. This time she'll be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Gotta like what you're seeing out of Martin.
Yes, she's very aggressive right now.
First free throw for Martin rims out. So on the court for the Tornadoes at the moment, Avery Lockwood, Brianna Ware, McKindia Martin, Taryn Ledford, and Victoria Green. So a little bit of a smaller look, you know, with Riddick out. Lockwood replacing Davis, who was very active in her early minutes.
Seems like Coach Hudson's just trying to keep up with the quickness of the Monarchs. They're not big in stature, but they are very quick, as you've seen on the steal by Pearson.
Second free throw by Martin is good, so the Monarchs lead now 8-7. 4 minutes, 57 seconds left here in quarter number one. Taking her defender off the dribbles, Alexander, one of those players to watch, Bryce.
Yes, that was a very, very good take by Alexander.
10-7 your score, 4:35 to play. Martin hands it off to Ledford. Here's Avery Lockwood from around the free throw line. It bounces out of bounds. It's going to be Monarchs basketball after a loose ball foul on Ware. So Monarchs able to get the stop there and see if they can build on their 10-7 lead.
Seems like the Tornadoes are very, very aggressive tonight.
It's that fine line. You want to be aggressive, but you also want to play smart and, like you said, not get in foul trouble. Three-pointer there is off the mark by Snipes. Rebounded by Lockwood. Cleaning up that defensive glass.
Great pass.
Victoria Green found Lockwood with just a beautiful lob there.
In the low post.
10-9 now your score. 3:45 to play here. Opening quarter at the Poshmark Gymnasium.
Number 4, Pearson.
Down on the low block there is Patterson, guarded by Lockwood. 7 on the shot clock.
Great help defense by Brianna Ware.
Yeah, Ware and Lockwood double teaming that player as she got down low underneath the basket. And meanwhile, Tornadoes with an opportunity to take the lead here. Martin with the three-pointer. It rims out. Here's Pearson. That three-pointer is good by Joins, and a timeout quickly by Coach Donald Hudson, who saw something he didn't like. Meanwhile, 13-9, largest lead of the game for Methodist.
Yeah, the sophomore Latrice Pearson for the Monarchs out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, is coming off the bench, making a huge statement tonight.
Yeah, so the Monarchs with an early 13-9 lead, 3:05 left on the clock, and it's like the Tornadoes now going with that Twin Towers look. Krista Davis and Avery Lockwood on the court at the same time. We talked to Coach Donald Hudson. Not many teams in the USA South or in NCAA Division III altogether have two front court players like these two. And when you can put them both on the court at the same time, watch out.
Rebound. I'm going to have to. And low post work is going to be a big factor today with this lineup in.
Ledford ditches
low post. Foul.
Yeah, Lockwood finding Davis in the paint, and then a foul. Foul on Andrews. Her first, team's third. Ledford will inbound underneath. 20 on the shot clock, 2:55 on the game clock here in this first quarter. Davis finding Ware. Here's Green. 12 on the shot clock. Ledford back to Green.
Low post work.
Triple team.
Low post, Krista Davis.
And then off the glass with the kiss. 13-11, Monarchs now on top. And a foul there.
I like the aggressiveness by the Tornadoes, but they just have to be smarter with the fouls.
5th team foul this quarter. Lockwood called for that foul, her first. And now a free throw opportunity for Jada Andrews, the freshman from Augusta, Georgia. First free throw rims out. 13-11, Monarchs on top. Methodist has led most of this first quarter. However, you feel like very even matchup between these two teams. Different strengths what each team has.
Yes, I like the lineup that the Tornadoes have, but I also like the lineups that the Monarchs have with the quickness. And then great defense that they're trying to trap number 12, Patterson, for the Monarchs in the corner. Nice steal.
Stolen there by Ledford, and now Ledford looking up court and taking the ball herself, getting that Tornado offense organized. Here's Green, back to Ledford. 2-3 zone defense for Methodist. You can see Lockwood showing there around the elbow, and then stolen by
Patterson
the Monarchs. Patterson with the steal. Now a two-pointer is good, and just like that, the Monarchs able to take a 4-point lead again, 15-11.
Kendrick is actually the second leading scorer for the Monarchs this year.
1 minute, 35 seconds left here in quarter number 1. Davis.
Great pass.
Ledford's three-pointers off
I
the
like
mark.
the ball movement from the Tornadoes
Yeah,
tonight.
that touch pass from Davis was a thing of beauty. Shakira Thompson checking in. Avery Lockwood heads to the bench. Here's Thompson. Screen by Ware. Thompson launches the three, and it's good.
Shakira Thompson coming off the bench. It's going to be a scary one.
Under a minute to play here, quarter number 1.
Defense by Ledford.
Ledford able to close up that passing lane. Now mass substitutions for the Monarchs. 4 players coming in, almost like a shift change in hockey.
Yeah, players get tired playing basketball. It's a game of energy.
54 seconds left to play. Monarchs on top, 15-14.
Great ball movement by the Monarchs. But I also like the help defense by the Tornadoes.
Offensive rebound there for Kendrick. Another opportunity here for the Monarchs. And the three-pointer is good by Snipes.
Great shot. She's one of my players to watch tonight.
Snipes, the junior out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Northwood High School. And shot clock's off. 20 seconds left on the game clock. See if the Tornadoes can convert here on a final bucket before the end of the first quarter.
Seems like the Monarchs are trying to contain.
Three-pointer there by Thompson. And it's going to be a foul on the Tornadoes. Brianna Ware trying to battle for that rebound. 5 seconds left to play before the quarter ends, and the Monarchs will have another trip to the free throw line.
Seems like the Monarchs on defense are trying to cover Krista Davis in the low post. That's smart. It eliminates one of their main players tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to put the onus on the Tornadoes guards and wing players to make some outside shots.
And then they're meeting them at half court as well, so it's going to be tough. You're going to have to get past them.
Free throw there is good. 19-14 now the lead. 5.4 seconds to be exact left. So the Tornadoes will get one last chance here before the end of the first quarter. But they'll have to push the ball quickly after this free throw. Free throws made, so 20-14, Methodist's largest lead of the quarter. Ledford defended tightly there. 1-0 at the buzzer. Ledford throws it up.
Almost got it in.
It was on target.
It was on.
And your score at the end of the first quarter, Brevard 20, Methodist 14. Start of quarter number 2 here, a 2014 advantage for the Methodist Monarchs. And Tornadoes will start with the ball here in the second quarter. Martin, that ball is taken away by Billings. Billings now on the attack off the rim.
Krista Davis with another rebound.
And Davis again with another rebound.
Seems like the timeout, they've put Deja Riddick back in for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, maybe to help on the offensive end in particular, Riddick, who scored over 20 points in that season opener.
Krista Davis playing very active tonight. She's diving for almost every rebound and getting them most of the time.
Yeah, Davis at the end of one quarter leading the Tornadoes with 6 points. And then a steal there by Riddick. Here comes Riddick on the fast break. Riddick takes it herself, and she'll get rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
That's a great take by Riddick.
Riddick at the line. She'll shoot 2 after being fouled in the act of shooting. First shot off the front rim. And second shot, no good as well. Methodist comes up with the rebound. 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Methodist up by 6.
Krista Davis on another rebound.
Very active down low is Davis. And here comes Martin pushing the action.
Nice move by Martin. And Deja Riddick with a nice rebound.
It's crashing the boards. Riddick, Davis comes up with it, finds an open Thompson. Riddick then skies for another rebound. Another opportunity for the Tornadoes.
And one.
And then an and one as Davis rattles home that loose ball. Multiple second chance opportunities with all that activity on the offensive glass, and then Davis drills the jumper, and now we'll have a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Being active on the boards is really going to be a key tonight for the Tornadoes. Great ball movement by the Monarchs. And number 3, Snipes again with another 3. Low post work by Krista Davis again. Another basket. I like the lineup that the Tornadoes have in against the Monarchs right now.
Well, fair to say that Krista Davis is the hot hand at the moment.
A little post work will be a lot tonight with the way that the Tornadoes are. Great defense again by Krista Davis. And rebound taken up by Mackenzie Martin. Just a little off by Shakira.
Yeah, Thompson letting the three-pointer fly. Now here comes Methodist. Both teams showing some more up-tempo, back and forth, fast break type action. And a trip to the free throw line for Billings.
Lockwood checks in for Davis.
A well-earned breather for Davis after all that activity.
Most definitely.
So on the court at the moment for the Tornadoes, Martin, Victoria Green, Shakira Thompson, Avery Lockwood, and Deja Riddick. First free throw good by Billings. Methodist has led by as many as 6 points in this contest. They currently lead by 5. Rebounded by Lockwood. And here comes Martin bringing it up the court again.
Seems like the Monarchs have backed off. Instead of meeting her at the half court line, they're meeting her at the 3 now.
Yeah, settling into a zone defense. Looks like a 1-3-1 type of defense.
Great.
And then a three-pointer by Martin.
Great find by Lockwood.
Three-pointer by Mackenzie Martin. That's her first three-pointer of the contest. And the Tornadoes have cut the Monarchs' lead to 2.
Great defense. Great defense, even on the steal.
Yeah, Lockwood, nice job holding strong there. Now Martin on the attack. Martin finds Riddick. Riddick misses the layup and then tries to get her own rebound. Ball will go out of bounds, Monarchs basketball.
I like the effort by the Tornadoes tonight.
Yeah, you can see the Tornadoes going for those 50-50 balls, those loose balls, crashing the boards on the offensive end. Six minutes, 15 seconds left to play here, quarter number 2. Foul there on Victoria Green.
Snipes.
Defended by Riddick. Then taking it to the inside
By Patterson.
Patterson.
He's coming off the bench and making a huge contribution.
Yeah, it seems like the reserves for the Monarchs have made an impact. Three-pointer there by Green off the back rim, rebounded by Snipes. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to play here, quarter number 2. Three-pointer in the corner there is off the mark by Joins.
Great ball movement by the Monarchs, but even better defense by the Tornadoes.
Martin getting her offense organized. Monarchs settling into that zone defense. Green swings it back to Martin. Martin finds Riddick at the elbow. Riddick with a nice look to Lockwood.
Nice pass.
Lockwood able to get another offensive rebound for the Tornadoes. Riddick resets the offense.
Mackenzie Martin.
Another quick look by Lockwood. Between Lockwood and Krista Davis, the two bigs, very good passing. Three-pointer there is good. Looks like that was Joins, number 5. And just like that, the Monarchs with their largest lead of the contest, 29-22, a 7-point advantage.
Seems like the Tornadoes are trying to slow the game down, just try to gain some energy back.
Four minutes, 30 seconds left to play here, quarter number 2. pull-up jumper there is no good. Rebounded by Lockwood.
Great defense by number 20 Riddick off the Tornadoes.
And a timeout by head coach Donald Hudson to try to get his team organized. 29-22 your score, 4:20 left to play in the second quarter.
Tornadoes ball. McKinney Martin bringing the ball up court. A stoppage in play. Ref says it was wet on the court. Just trying to keep the health right just for all the players. Seems like the Monarchs are coming back trying to meet McKinney Martin at half court. Great ball movement by the Tornadoes. Good defense by the Monarchs right now. Seems like Snipes has missed a pass.
So 3:52 left to play here in the second quarter. Tornadoes trailing 29-22. Martin finding Davis. Davis back to Riddick down low. And it's going to be a traveling violation on Riddick.
I don't think Riddick liked that call at all.
No, she wasn't too happy about that call, but hey, you got it. Going to have to live with it. You got to get back on defense. Next play up, right?
Yes, sir.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here in quarter number 2. Monarchs sitting on their largest lead of the contest, 29-22. Here's Alexander. Pearson. Here's Snipes.
Great defense again by Krista Davis.
Block shot by Krista Davis. Looks like Snipes just ran into a wall there with Davis getting vertical defensively.
Can't run into oncoming traffic.
Then almost like a frustration foul after that block shot by Davis on Patterson. So, meanwhile, 3:05 to play here, quarter number 2. Tornadoes trying to cut into this 7-point lead for Methodist. Davis finds it open to Martin. Martin tried almost like a behind the back,
Shot.
over the head shot there.
That was a nice find by Krista Davis, though.
Found a open Martin, but Martin unable to finish. Meanwhile, 2:44 to play here, and then an offensive foul against Methodist. So another opportunity here for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, Ware and Lockwood check back in for the Tornadoes. So Twin Towers look for the Tornadoes again with Davis and Lockwood on the court at the same time.
Trying to get every rebound that they can at this point.
Ledford.
Miscommunication.
And that's going to be an over-the-back violation, but Methodist actually comes up with the ball first before the Tornadoes able to touch it, and then body's hitting the floor. It's going to be a foul.
This is very active play by both teams right now.
On Lockwood. So kind of a tough break there for Lockwood. And now free throw opportunities for the Monarchs. Jada Andrews Actually, no, it's going to be side out. So on that loose ball foul, Jada Andrews went up to the line thinking she was going to have free throws, but loose ball foul, side out for the Monarchs. 2:20 to play here.
Miscommunication on defense.
And a three-pointer there.
Snipes again.
Snipes has been very effective.
Especially from deep. They're back to meeting the Tornadoes at half court.
Crashing the offensive boards again there is Riddick. Riddick then misses the layup, and Methodist can continue to try to build on what is now their largest lead, 10 points.
Snipes again.
Offensive rebound, and the putback is no good for the Monarchs. Ledford comes up with it. 1:40 to play. Riddick back to Ledford. Ledford defended by Pearson. Here's Riddick, 15 on the shot clock, 1:28 on the game clock. Davis with 8 on the shot clock. Ledford from 3 off the front rim, 1:15 to play. Methodist now pushing the action. That ball sails out of bounds. Tornado basketball.
It would have been a nice find if she had her.
Yeah, going for kind of the home run ball there.
Seems like the Tornadoes are kind of tired.
Well, Methodist has been pushing the action and forcing the Tornadoes to get up and down on both sides of the court.
And plus they're meeting them at half court, so you have to.
And then a turnover there for the Tornadoes. A over-the-back situation where Ledford and Riddick were trying to just bring the ball up the court and got called for the over and back. So Methodist now 1:04 to play here before intermission and leading by 10.
That can happen sometimes when you meet them at half court.
That's going to be a foul on Krista Davis.
She did not like that at all as well. She put her hands up trying to say, I didn't touch her at all.
Well, it's Davis's second foul. And just to play it safe, Coach Hudson checks out Davis so she doesn't pick up that third before intermission. Meanwhile, it's now a 12-point lead for the Methodist Monarchs. 40 seconds before halftime here. Riddick. Pull-up jumper, no good.
Brown Ware with another steal in. And it's good. Send it to the line for 3.
Brianna Ware comes up with the loose ball, and then the finish. Ware will have a chance for a three-point play here with the and one opportunity.
And she drops it.
So Tornadoes desperately needed that as that cuts the lead back into single digits, 34-25. Now need a stop here with the shot clock off, 25 seconds before the half.
Let's see what the Monarchs can come up with.
Now 15 seconds on the clock. Pull-up jumper is good.
Pearson coming off the bench again.
By Pearson. 8 seconds left to play. Tornadoes pushing the action. See if they can get something before the half here. Now 3 seconds. 2, 1. Ledford throws up a long three-pointer. It's no good. Methodist 36, Brevard 25. First half thoughts, Bryce?
I like the defense by the Monarchs. They're meeting them at half court, trying to make everything very hard, just hard for the Tornadoes, and then down low in the post there, doubling whoever they got down there.
Yeah, so we'll see what kind of adjustments the Tornadoes under head coach Donald Hudson will make at halftime. Your score at the half, Methodist 36, Brevard 25. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. We'll bring you some first half stats and highlights, and we'll then bring you the second half of action here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Thanks for joining us here on this Sunday afternoon. To the game. Back to action here. 2 minutes away from the start of the second half. A 36-25 advantage for Methodist. Look at the halftime stat sheet for the Tornadoes. Krista Davis leading the Tornadoes with 11 points. Deja Riddick, the leading rebounder, with 6. 5 of her 6 rebounds on the offensive glass. McKinney Martin with 6 points. Shakira Thompson and Brianna Ware each with 3 points, and Avery Lockwood with 2. Leading scorer for Methodist is Katie Snipes with 12. Tornadoes shooting 30% in the first half, 10 of 33, just 2 of 16 from three-pointers. Really have struggled from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, Methodist shooting 48%, has hit 7 of 11 three-pointers. Very impressive number for Methodist, and very much has been the difference in this contest, those three-pointers. Snipes, who we mentioned, with 12 points. All of her points have come off of three-pointers, hitting 4 three-pointers. Tornadoes have done a good job on rebounding, a 7-3 advantage on the offensive glass, but bottom line is an 11-point deficit as we head into the second half.
Yes, the 7 offensive rebounds on the offensive end shows that the Tornadoes are giving as much effort as they can tonight.
Yeah, you're right. Certainly the effort there. Maybe now just a matter of execution, and got to somehow put a stop to the sharpshooting of Snipes and the Methodist offense, who are hitting all these three-pointers.
Yeah, the Tornado offense, it's not like it's bad shots being taken. It's just sometimes it just rims out, and that's basketball. But hopefully the Tornadoes will come back and, they'll drop this time for them.
In terms of foul trouble, several players with 2 fouls for the Tornadoes. Deja Riddick, Krista Davis, Brianna Ware, and Avery Lockwood. Davis picked up her second foul with 50 seconds left in the quarter, then was taken out of the contest to make sure she didn't get that third. Meanwhile, the Tornadoes will go with Martin, Ledford, Riddick, Thompson, and Davis to start the second half. And Tornadoes will start with the ball, and we are underway here in half number 2.
They're back to meet them back at the half-court line.
Davis finding Martin, 15 on the shot clock. Martin takes her
Nice
defender off the dribble.
Kendia Martin.
And then a foul after the rebound for the Monarchs. And that's a tough break. Only 19 seconds into the second half, and Krista Davis picks up her third foul. She'll have to go to the bench.
Well, the foul trouble tonight is killing them Tornadoes. Great ball movement by the Monarchs today, though.
So Lockwood checks in for Davis, and Tornadoes trying to lock down Methodist offensively. They were hot from three-pointers, hitting 7 from beyond the arc in the first half. And now third foul against Lockwood. So 2 very tough breaks early on with the bigs for the Tornadoes, each picking up with their third foul. And Lockwood will remain in the game now playing with 3 fouls.
Foul trouble for the Tornadoes tonight is killing them. Snipes with the ball at the top of the key. Great defense by the Tornadoes, switching and help defense and everything. Great defense by Riddick as well.
Yeah, nice job. And now Riddick pushing it. Martin for 3 off the glass. Neither team has scored so far here in this third quarter. And there's a three-pointer by, guess who? Snipes.
5.
That's right. She's hit 5 three-pointers, all 15 of her points coming from the land of 3. A 14-point lead for Methodist, their largest of the contest. Riddick with a turnaround jumper.
Rimmed out.
And like you said, just rims out. Some tough breaks for the Tornadoes with some of these short jumpers.
Great defense by the Tornadoes with the help defense by McKinney Martin.
Yeah, Martin, Lockwood doing a nice job defensively. Now Lockwood with the 3 fouls. Or check that. Actually, Martin's going to head to the bench as Brianna Ware checks in. So Lockwood will continue to play with the 3 fouls. So Lockwood, Thompson, Ware, Riddick,
Great find.
and Ledford. And the finish there by Lockwood.
Great find by Ware on the offensive side. She had it open herself, but she decided to dump it down to Lockwood.
Yeah, and kind of caught Methodist off guard, pushing the ball forward that quickly.
Good take by number 15, Kendrick, for the Monarchs. But it seems like the Tornadoes are taking a page out of Monarchs' book and meeting them at half court as well now.
Thompson from way downtown off the mark. It'll be Monarch basketball. Oh.
Ware trying to do as much as she can to keep her team in the game. Melville Seymour checks into the game for the first time tonight. Oh, nice move by 21 for the Monarchs. Billings. Great defense, help defense by Riddick.
Riddick then trying to keep that ball alive. Unfortunately, skipped off the hands of Lockwood. Both teams hustling hard with these loose balls. It'll remain, it'll be Methodist basketball, yep. So a couple of the officials had different ideas as far as who that had gone out of bounds on.
It was a hard angle for some of the officials to make the call, but they got it right. Seems like the Tornadoes are taking very much out of their book and pressing them as much as they can.
Eight on the shot clock for the Monarchs. Lockwood closing up in that passing lane. Nice job with that steal. Here's Ledford on the attack for the Tornadoes. Ware with the finish.
Nice find by Seymour, driving, kicking.
Yeah, Seymour had just checked into the game for the first time tonight, the sophomore from Atlanta. One of those Tornadoes newcomers this season. Great look there. 6:12 to play here, 41-29, Monarchs on top.
Riddick on another rebound. Dribble, fast down court now. Driving kick. Just rimmed out by Brianna Ware again. Now the Monarchs back on the offensive end attacking. Lockwood stops that. Oh, 4 fouls. That's her 4th foul tonight. Hopefully the Tornadoes, hopefully she does not pick up 5, and that will be very detrimental to the team.
Yeah, foul number 4 on Lockwood.
That's a tough one.
So tough decision time now for Coach Hudson, what to do with these front court players, this kind of foul trouble. Davis on the bench with 3 fouls. Lockwood on the floor with 4. (42-29) your score. 5:39 to play here in quarter number 3. And the Tornadoes will go back to work with Seymour running the point, and then a timeout for Coach Donald Hudson. 5:33 to play here in quarter number 3. Back to action here. 5:33 to play in the quarter. 42-29 Methodist on top.
Nice cross-court pass by Ware.
Green to Ledford. 5:25 on the game clock here in the third quarter.
Nice move by 11, Melvia Seymour. Seems like Seymour's coming off the bench making a very good contribution for the Tornadoes tonight.
Yeah, a lot of energy from Seymour. You know, Seymour and Martin sort of similar, both newcomers from Atlanta, Georgia.
Miscommunication on the pass by the Monarchs, but great help defense by the Tornadoes trying to double.
And then a timeout on the court. It looks like a Methodist timeout, a 30-second timeout. So 42-29 your score, 5:04 to play third quarter.
The Monarchs are inbounding the ball. Nice find by number 5, Jones. Joins for the Monarchs. Another basket for the Monarchs. Number 10, Ty Alexander. Seymour, nice find, trying just a little bit off. Good take by Riddick. So much effort by Riddick tonight. And Seymour, miscommunication pass. Seems like turnovers and foul trouble is killing the Tornadoes tonight. Seymour takes Ty Alexander one-on-one and down there. Foul on Seymour, first one of the night. Let's see if she can knock the next one down for the Monarchs. Great tip by Snipes, trying to help her team out. She almost dropped another one for the sixth one of the night. Great hustle by the Tornadoes, trying to do everything they can to keep the Suns in the game. Do not want to go down by 20 plus at all.
Yeah, Brianna Ware crashing the boards there. A lot of energy out of Ware. 3:48 to play here in the third quarter. Tornadoes trailing by 16.
Almost got a 5-second out of bounds call for the Tornadoes. That would have helped them a lot. Seymour comes in off the bench making a lot of plays for the Tornadoes tonight. That's what you need when the rest of your team is getting in a lot of foul trouble. Hopefully she can stay out.
And you can see Krista Davis heading to the scorer's table. She's ready to check in. And here comes Davis into the contest. She replaces Ware. Check that, actually Ledford heading out.
There was a miscommunication on who was coming out on that one.
So with 3 fouls, Coach Donald Hudson probably feels like this is the time, like, hey, we got to make a run here if we're going to get back into this game, get Davis back on the court. 3:25 to play here in the third quarter. 45-29, Methodist on top. Tornadoes in the man-to-man defense. Up and over Davis, not an easy task, and the finish there for the Monarchs.
That was a nice trying to make a contested shot for the Monarchs, but Tyler's end just goes up and over, and it's kind of hard to stop on that one.
Victoria Green now after Davis handed it off to her.
Nice take.
Off the dribble there, well done by Ware. Then a second chance for Davis, crashing the boards is Riddick. Riddick's going to be called for over the back.
Yeah, clearly Riddick did not like that call, but it was the correct call. I can't honestly say that one. She's going to have to live with that.
Yeah, it's a frustrating game because certainly the energy's been there for the Tornadoes. You know, they're crashing the boards, they're hitting the floor on these loose balls, but just the finer points as far as, you know, getting called for fouls, shots are rimming out, those kind of things, and it all adds up to Methodist being on top by 18.
Tylerson checks out the game. Andrews comes in for her.
At the free throw line now for the Monarchs. This is Tay Hamilton.
Drops 1 of 2 so far. See if she can hit second one.
Junior from Nashville, Tennessee, Volunteer State Community College.
Williams just in for her.
And the lead has ballooned to 20 points.
Let's see if the Tornadoes can come back from this. And back to Mina. Great pass by Seymour. And Chris Davis goes to the line for 2.
Gotta like what Seymour has brought to the table here in this third quarter.
A lot of energy, and she can also pass it. Very quick handles.
So Davis at the line for the Tornadoes makes the first of 2 free throws. Cuts the deficit to 19.
Let's see if she can make the second one.
Second free throw is up and good. So Davis true on both of her free throws to cut it to 18, the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina.
They do not want to go down by 20 anymore. Yeah, it seems like the Tornadoes tonight are just very frustrated with the calls, but
second foul there on Victoria Green, already the 5th team foul here in this third quarter. And a trip to the free throw line for Jada Andrews of Methodist. Andrews, the freshman from Augusta, Georgia.
Krista Davis tonight on the boards is very, very helpful for the Tornadoes, trying to keep the team in the game.
2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Feel like the Tornadoes have got to get something going offensively to get back into this contest.
Oh, pass to Reddick. Andrews comes off the bench for the Monarchs and also makes a lot of plays for their team.
And another foul on a Tornado. That's Ware, her third. So the foul woes continue for Brevard College, and another trip to the free throw line for Jada Andrews. She's making a home there at the free throw line.
Seems like Shakira Thompson is checking in the game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thompson, also Ledford look like they're ready to go.
Well, the effort is there tonight for the Tornadoes.
No doubt about it,
Yeah.
Bryce. I couldn't agree more. So with the substitutions, you're 5 on the floor for the Tornadoes. Thompson, Ledford, Seymour, Ware, and Davis. Seymour, you can see the quickness.
Ooh, Seymour. Great active play by Seymour. Just another tough call for the Tornadoes, and you can tell they do not like it at all.
The crossover dribble by Seymour just absolutely stopped the Methodist defender in her tracks.
Made her jump in the air.
Electrified the Boshemer Gymnasium. The crowd had been kind of subdued throughout this contest until that play.
That was a nice play by Jones for the Monarchs to try to halt the crowd energy and take it away from the Tornadoes again. But that was a very nice play by Seymour.
Melvia Seymour. If that's any indication of the things to come from this Brevard College newcomer, watch out. Just a nasty crossover dribble.
Off.
So perhaps just that play there, even though it didn't even result in a basket, might change the fortune. You know, certainly there's a more optimistic look out here for the crowd at the Boshemer Gymnasium, just getting excited on that one play by Ledford.
Let's see if they can come back from 20 in these next.
1:15 to play here, quarter number 3. Here's Seymour.
Seems like they're playing off of Seymour after that crossover.
That's right. Completely change your defense after just one play by one player.
Just rimmed out again for Riddick. She's having a tough game tonight,
and then the hustle once again, right?
She's hustling very hard. If you can't get on the scoring side of things, try to do everything that you can to keep your team in the game. Seymour back at the top. They will not press her anymore. Just a miscommunication pass, though, by Seymour to trying to get the ball in the low post to Davis. And miscommunication pass by Pearson trying to get the ball to, I don't even know.
A teammate.
Yeah.
45 seconds left to play here in the third quarter.
I know the Tornadoes trying to just get what they can from these last 40 seconds and then try to make a run in the fourth. Let's see if they can do it.
Seymour hands it off to Ledford. 30 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Ledford with a look to Riddick. Riddick with a quick pass to Davis, back to Ledford. Here's Riddick again. 5 on the shot clock. Ledford from way downtown. It's just off the rim.
Seymour
offensive rebound by
in.
Seymour.
She is very electric coming off the bench.
10 on the game clock. Shot clock off. Final chance for a final shot for Methodist. They launch a 3. Offensive rebound now. 3 on the clock.
Another offensive rebound for the Monarchs, but Krista Davis saw that.
51-31 your score at the end of 3 quarters. We'll head to quarter number 4. Thanks for joining us, Brevard College women's basketball.
Back for the fourth quarter here at Brevard. Monarchs start off with the ball in the fourth. Want to tip this game, so see if they can, what they can do. You know, the Tornadoes are trying to come back as fast as possible. Krista Davis sticking Alexander for the Monarchs tonight, trying to stop it. And they're back to the Twin Towers look that Phil had pointed out earlier in the game. McKinney Martin check, and it seems like McKinney Martin's back in the game as well after the foul trouble. Big move by Krista Davis. That's another one for her. Low post work is going to kill them. They're not that tall, so she's trying as much as she can to get her team back in and use her height there to their advantage. This is great hustle by the Tornadoes, trying to keep themselves in the game. Only down 18. Let's see if they can do it. They have 9 minutes on the dot, trying to come back. Great inbound defense from the Tornadoes, and Lockwood with another block. Lockwood and Davis seem like they're trying to keep their team in the game as much as they can. Double team down, and now it is a travel Tornadoes ball. McKinney and Martin bring the ball up court. Deja Reddick drives back into the low post to Davis, and foul, shooting two.
So Davis now with 15 points in the contest, leading all scorers. Deja Riddick, by the way, 11 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, she says she can't get it done on the offensive side, which she's going to keep trying. She's going to get it done in any other way that she can, and she's doing very good at it tonight. A very good game from her.
Yeah, 2 steals as well. Other notable numbers, McKindy Martin with 6 points, Ware with 5 points, Avery Lockwood with 5 rebounds. Tornadoes with a 14-6 edge on the offensive glass.
I know they're happy that didn't fall for Snipes, because everything else has been falling for her.
Lockwood pulls down her 6th rebound. Both Lockwood and Davis on the court at the same time here, both battling some foul trouble. Davis with 3 fouls, Lockwood with 4. But at this point, you know, trying to mount a comeback down by 16, you need all the firepower you can come up with.
And you need the rebounds that you can get to, and they're doing very good at that. They've cut it down to 16.
Yeah, in fact, they've held Methodist without a point so far here in this fourth quarter.
Yes. Low post work. Another foul she is playing. She was playing her heart out tonight. She's doing very well.
So another trip to the free throw line for Krista Davis, and see if the Tornadoes can continue to chip away on what was a 20-point lead at the end of 3 quarters.
Seems like they can do it. It just has to fall for them, and then try to stay out of foul trouble. That's 1 of 2 so far. Let's see if she can get the second.
And the best, when you're trying to come back from this kind of deficit, the best thing that can happen to you is trips to the free throw lines. It stops the clock, and it's like
easy free points.
It's free points, just like the word says, free throws, free points, and just like that, the Tornadoes have gone on a 6-0 run to open this fourth quarter and have cut the lead to 14.
Alexander misses, and
so another stop for the
Lockwood.
Tornadoes. Great
Lockwood.
job by Lockwood. Now here comes Thompson pushing the action.
They're trying their hardest just to get back into this game, cut it to single digits.
Martin for 3, it rims out. Nice discipline there by Davis to avoid picking up her 4th foul. Meanwhile, 7:20 to play here in the 4th quarter. Tornadoes down by 14. They need more defensive stops. Here's Alexander. And it's going to be a 3-second violation, so Tornadoes getting the turnover on the defensive end continue to work on this comeback, and Methodist doesn't like what they've seen so far in the 4th quarter. They call a timeout. Your score with 7:09 to play in the 4th quarter, 51-37, Methodist on top.
Back 7:09 for the Tornadoes. Let's see if they can come back. They're down 14. Kennedy Martin bring the ball up court. Oh, they're back meeting her at half court, trying to halt this comeback that they're. Oh, nice move by Martin. Billings brings the ball up court, tries to push it, but he's halted by the Twin Towers, it's feel like to call it.
Yeah, Lockwood and Davis both playing with some foul trouble situations, but doing a nice job not picking up that 4th or 5th foul here in this 4th quarter so far. 6:25 to play. Quarter number 4. And another stop for the Tornadoes, this time on a shot clock violation. The Tornadoes have really been getting it done defensively here in this 4th quarter. We're almost 4 minutes into the 4th quarter, and the Tornadoes have not allowed a single point.
Coach Hudson must have said something in that huddle.
Martin bringing it up court for the Tornadoes, who will continue to try to mount this comeback on a 6-0 run to start the 4th quarter. Riddick finds Thompson. Thompson for 3. It rims out. Tornadoes have struggled from beyond the arc. 2 of 21 this game. Meanwhile, that's been a strength for the Methodist Monarchs. They've hit 8 3-pointers. However, they've only hit 1 3-pointer in the second half after hitting 7 in the first.
Foul on McKindy Martin.
First foul of the 4th quarter for the Brevard Tornadoes as a team. And that was after committing 19 fouls in the first 3 quarters. So have done a nice job not fouling as often here in the 4th quarter as well. Really just played overall much, much better. Question is, will a 20-point deficit just be too much to overcome?
Let's see. We'll find out. Great defense by the Tornadoes as a whole.
That's a long 2-pointer. It rims out. Riddick hustling, trying to keep that rebound alive. It'll remain Methodist basketball.
Riddick and Davis are giving their all tonight, trying to keep the team in and give them a dub.
The hustle by Deja Riddick is just unbelievable. And if you look at her numbers, it supports that. 11 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds.
The inbound defense from Tornadoes has been very well tonight. They've always been pushing it to almost 5. Another foul on Krista Davis. Let's see what Coach Hudson does.
That'll be her 4th.
You can tell she doesn't like that call.
So you've got Avery Lockwood on the bench with 4 fouls. You've got Krista Davis on the court with 4 fouls. Brianna Ware is also on the court with 4 fouls. So foul trouble all over the Tornado roster. But when you're down by 14 points and trying to mount a comeback in the fourth quarter, you have no option but to play your best players.
Mackendia Martin trying to keep her team
and look
in the
at
game.
the hustle by Davis.
Seems like she hurt. I think she got hit in the face. Trying to get down for the ball.
And athletic trainer, along with head coach Donald Hudson, out to attend to Davis. Just a great hustle play, and like you said, may have taken a shot to the face area. Meanwhile, 4:59 to play here, 51-37 your score.
The past 2 minutes, it's been tough for the Tornadoes to score. It's been
they continue to hold the Monarchs without a point here in this fourth quarter. Over 5 minutes have elapsed here in the fourth quarter. Monarchs without a point, but like you said, Bryce, the Tornadoes unable to get it going offensively. The 3 ball just hasn't been falling as the crowd gives a nice round of applause to Krista Davis, and Avery Lockwood checks in. That's the benefit of having the Twin Towers. One of them has to go out. You got another one available to head in.
It seems like Krista Davis will be okay. It's just got hit in the face. I think she'll be okay, though.
Yeah, hopefully get her patched up and ready to go before the end of this one. Meanwhile, the Tornadoes down by 14, seeing if they can continue to mount this comeback. Martin bringing up court, finds Lockwood.
And as you see, the Monarchs are trying to go back to what they started off the game with, the point guard at the at the half court mark. Just rimmed out again.
And another rebound, offensive rebound for Deja Riddick. She now has 9 offensive rebounds, 12 total. Martin tries the teardrop, and another offensive rebound for the Tornadoes. That one by Lockwood. She now has 9 rebounds. Lockwood and the Tornadoes with 16 offensive rebounds in total.
A half of the Twin Towers is there, and others on the bench. That's the benefit, as you have said.
Meanwhile, the Riddick with the steal.
There she goes.
And the breakaway, and unfortunately a miss
but she got a steal.
She able to get it back, and another miss by Riddick. Just nothing falling tonight for Deja Riddick, despite an unbelievable effort in all phases of this contest. And that's going to be an offensive foul. That's a tough break there. And that's the 5th foul on Brianna Ware. She'll foul out. Really just hustling for the ball there, and a tough break as Brianna Ware, one of those key reserves for the Tornadoes, gets it done in a lot of the little ways for the Tornadoes. She fouls out. Ledford checks back in. Tornadoes going a bit smaller now with Martin, Thompson, Ledford, Ware, or check that, Riddick, and Lockwood.
Just trying to match the speed of the Monarchs and trying to see if they can do it.
Still have not scored in this fourth quarter. Offensive rebound, second chance opportunity for the Monarchs, and a chance to chew some more clock. A beautiful extra pass there, and that snaps the Tornadoes' run. And the Monarchs, after going nearly 7 minutes without a point in the fourth quarter, able to regain the lead by 16.
Great ball movement on the last possession by the Monarchs, and let's see if the Tornadoes can respond.
Martin amongst the trees, and then Lockwood is going to get called for a foul, and that will foul out Lockwood.
And the other Twin Tower fellow person is hurt.
Yeah, I don't think, yep, you're exactly right, Bryce. Doesn't look like Davis is ready to go quite yet, so.
Seems like she's holding her neck over there.
Victoria Green is going to check in as Lockwood fouls out. So now 2 Tornadoes have fouled out, Brianna Ware and Avery Lockwood. You mentioned this on the top of the broadcast, Bryce, that foul trouble may be an issue, and it certainly has been the case when 2 Tornadoes foul out. And meanwhile, Victoria Green checks in. So now the Tornadoes, this is about as small of a lineup as you'll ever see from a Brevard College Tornado women's basketball team. When we come back from the timeout, we'll tell you all about it. 53-37 your score, 2:57 to play in the fourth quarter. So coming out of the timeout, we mentioned this is one of the smallest lineups you'll see a Donald Hudson team with. As on the court for the Tornadoes at the moment, we'll tell you those five: Victoria Green, McKindia Martin, Shakira Thompson, Deja Riddick, and Taryn Ledford.
Seems like Riddick's playing the 5 for the Tornadoes tonight, and with the effort that she's been given, she can actually do it.
13 total rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds, and 3 steals for Deja Riddick. Meanwhile, another trip to the free throw line for Methodist. 2:48 to play, 53-37.
They're not down and out of it. They still have a chance. It's a little bit under 3 minutes left to go in the game, and let's just see if they can do it.
Challenge is it's getting to that point where you have to make three-pointers, and they just have not fallen tonight for the Tornadoes. 55-37 now your score. Martin going to push the ball up the court.
Mean her at past half court now. Just trying to halt the run.
Green back to Martin. Here's Ledford. Thompson. Here's Green in the corner. 8 on the shot clock. Riddick from downtown. It rims out. Ledford with the offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound for Riddick. And Riddick with her first points of the game after a very frustrating night offensively. But what a game on the boards for Deja Riddick. 14 rebounds, 11 offensive rebounds. And a foul on the floor. Shot does not count. 55-39 your score, 2:03 to play.
Billings at the line for the Monarchs.
Yeah, Billings with a point and 6 rebounds on the evening. Meanwhile, Snipes has led the Monarchs with 15 points.
All from the 3.
All from the 3, but I'll tell you, the Tornadoes did a nice job of kind of shutting her down the stretch here in the second half. Certainly had a big first half compared to what she's done in the second. Alexander with 12 points for the Monarchs.
Ready with another rebound. She's pushing it down court for the Tornadoes.
Here's Victoria Green. She finds Martin. Here's Thompson. 1:50 on the game clock. And a foul and 1 for Thompson.
Great take by Thompson, and let's see if she can get them down by 15.
Shakira Thompson now with 5 points. Trying to make that 6 if she can make this free throw. And free throw's good. The junior from Atlanta, Georgia, now with 6 points. 1:45 to play here in the fourth quarter.
They're coming into this lead very, very good to be down.
Yeah, down by 20 at the end of 3 quarters, down by 13 at the moment. So certainly the best quarter of the afternoon, this fourth quarter for the Tornadoes.
Another foul from McKindia Martin. She does not like that, but you just got to take it sometimes.
Third foul for Martin in a contest that 2 Tornadoes fouled out. One of the stars of the Tornadoes, Krista Davis, left the game with an injury, and just a tough afternoon altogether for the Tornadoes. Now 56-42, 127. But the one thing that hasn't been lacking has been the effort from the Tornadoes. Just some great hustle on all sorts of loose balls, offensive rebound opportunities. But the shots were just not falling enough for the Tornadoes. Martin taking it through the lane, misses that layup, and now Methodist pushing the ball. A collision and a foul. It's going to be a foul on Methodist. Billings. She collided with Victoria Green, and foul will be on Billings. 1:10 to play here in the second half. Before we sign off, do want to congratulate the Brevard College football team. A great regular season, 7-2, and awaiting a bowl selection tomorrow, Monday. Riddick
just
from
off
three.
Game, just a little bit.
Also want to welcome home the Brevard College men's soccer team who went to the ECAC championships. Riddick continuing to hustle, as is Ledford. It'll be Methodist ball. No quit in these Tornadoes, despite being down 15 points with 45 seconds left to play, still hustling for every loose ball.
You can look at Coach Heston and tell he's not mad at the hustle. He's just mad at the scoreboard. But the hustle is there, and that's all you really can ask for at this point. Riddick again with another steal.
Another steal for Riddick. Unofficially, she has 5 steals to go along with her 14 rebounds. And a three-pointer there by McKindia Martin.
Nice driving kick by Riddick, and let's see if they can stop Alexander, the leading scorer for the Monarchs.
A foul there.
Smart foul.
Victoria Green with the foul. So do want to welcome home the Brevard College men's soccer team back from the ECAC championships. Basically like an all-nighter type trip back home from Pennsylvania, but they represented the Tornadoes well this weekend. And again, congrats to that football team. 7-2, school record for most wins in a season, highest winning percentage, all sorts of records broken. And tomorrow, hopefully some good news in terms of a bowl selection for the Tornadoes football team. Check out all the Tornadoes athletics action at bctornadoes.com. Meanwhile here, 58-45, 35.9 seconds to play. And a blatant lane violation.
Andrews.
And now a timeout on the court. Coach Hudson wants to get his team organized. Perhaps one more teaching moment here late in the fourth quarter.
There's been crazier things happen in basketball, trust me.
So this Tuesday, men's and women's basketball will be playing in a doubleheader. The women's team at 5:30, men's at 7:30 versus Bob Jones. Hope you can come on down here to the Boschmer Gymnasium. If not, tune into the same YouTube channel or check out bctornadoes.com for live coverage.
Great effort by the Tornadoes tonight. Seemed like the game just is not that much time and out of reach for them, but great effort tonight for them. And Tornadoes ball. Riddick inbounds it, and seemed like he set up a play for him. Ball inbound to Ledford, to Thompson, to Riddick, and nice score. That's her second one of the night. It's just been a tough night for her, but she's got done in other areas of the game.
Time's ticking away here.
McKindia.
A foul there for Martin. So
Nice effort,
more free
though.
throws for Methodist.
You can tell Coach Hudson he's mad at the scoreboard, but he's not mad with his team's effort.
So 22 seconds left to play here. Free throw by Billings is good.
Only down 12. They cut it down from 20. They were almost there.
Yeah, this fourth quarter, very encouraging if you're head coach Donald Hudson as far as the effort here, and did a lot of it without Lockwood and Davis here in the fourth quarter. Davis heading out with an injury, Lockwood fouling out. Also, Brianna Ware fouled out, so the reserves really getting it done. And meanwhile, time is going to tick away here. 12 seconds, 10 seconds left to play.
Reddick is trying her hardest, even with the time ticking away.
And a foul there. There's just 2 seconds left on the clock, but Tornadoes just no quit in this squad. And now a foul and one more free throw opportunity for the Monarchs. Martin checks out. Seymour checks in. Now, there was a play earlier in this half. If you didn't see it, you might want to rewind on the YouTube channel. Seymour with one of the more impressive crossover dribbles you will ever witness.
Left the defender in the air.
And electrified this Boshemer Gymnasium crowd. So
we got up off our feet for that one.
That's right, no doubt about it. Rebound by Riddick, so one more rebound for the stat book for Riddick. But your final score will be Methodist 61, Brevard 47 in this edition of women's basketball. We'll come right back with some final stats and thoughts on tonight's women's basketball contest. Your final score, Methodist 61, Brevard 47. back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, where Methodist defeated Brevard 61-47 in a non-conference game, even though both these teams are from the USA South Conference. Only teams in the division count. Well, a couple notable numbers. First, for the Tornadoes, the leading scorer, Krista Davis, with 19 points. She went 7 of 7 from the free throw line, 6 of 8 from the field. Krista Davis not only leading the Tornadoes, but leading all scorers. Leading rebounder in the contest, Deja Riddick, with 16 rebounds, 11 offensive rebounds. McKindia Martin with 9 points. Also, Brianna Ware with 5 points. Avery Lockwood, 4 points and 8 rebounds. And Deja Riddick had 4 points to go along with her 16 rebounds. Methodist was led by Katie Snipes with 17 points. Alexander had 13. And in total, the Monarchs really spread it around. 10 different players scoring. And leading rebounder was Billings with 7. From the field, the Tornadoes shot just 25%, really struggled in the area of shooting, and were 3 of 24 from the three-point line. Meanwhile, Methodist, 40% from the field, 8 of 17 from 3. Second chance points, Brevard with the edge, 10 to 15. That's because Brevard out-rebounded on the offensive glass the Methodist Monarchs, 20 to 11. Bryce, it all adds up to a 61-47 victory for Methodist, but I know a lot of positives that Tornado fans can hold on to as far as what we saw today.
It was a tough game for the Tornadoes, even though they did not come out with victorious. Just a few of those shots, if they just go in, that's a totally different game and totally different game plan for the coach that he would have to call. That she would have to call for the Monarchs. And, hey, it's basketball. They come out on Tuesday, and hopefully they'll come out with a win.
Yeah, certainly the hustle was there for, the entire contest. All you got to do is look at those offensive rebounding numbers, a 20-11 advantage for the Tornadoes. They were crashing the glass. They were diving all over the court for loose balls. Got in some foul trouble. 2 players fouled out, both Lockwood and Ware. Also, Krista Davis, who left the game with an injury, had 4 fouls for much of the game. Victoria Green ends up with 4 fouls. So that was a struggle for the game as well. But if you're head coach Donald Hudson, hey, you've got a team that is willing to work hard and hustle and maybe some of these finer points and get some of this shooting a little more on track, and suddenly you got something this season.
Yeah, you might question some of the plays that were called fouls, quote unquote, by the refs, but hey, there's one thing Coach Hudson cannot question from his team is the effort that they gave, and they gave a lot of it, even till the final seconds. And we seen Deja Riddick running all over the court with 2 seconds left, and that was McKindia Martin who intentionally fouled one of the players from the Monarchs, and you can tell that they still wanted it.
Yeah, and Brevard committed 29 fouls, just 14 fouls for the Monarchs. That led to 29 free throw attempts for the Monarchs, and so that was a big difference. Now, the one other number is the fourth quarter, and the Tornadoes played their best basketball in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Monarchs 16-10. That included a 8-0 run at the beginning of the quarter where they shut down Methodist. Methodist didn't score a point for almost 7 minutes to start that fourth quarter. So down by 20 at the end of 3 quarters, you really got to be pleased with how the Tornadoes played coming out to begin that fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were down by 20, but they gave their all and tried to stay in the game. But Snipes for the Monarchs, she came out shooting very well for the Monarchs, and that was ultimately the key for the game for them, because they made 8 out of 17, and she hit 5 of them.
Yeah, that really set the tone for this contest, with Snipes shooting 5 3-pointers. Now, it is worth mentioning they all came in the first half, so the Tornadoes made some nice adjustments to kind of quiet Snipes in that second half, but bottom line is she really got the Monarchs off and running and helped build that 20-point lead. Well, Bryce, really appreciate you joining the broadcast this evening. It's been a compelling afternoon of women's basketball. I think we learned even more about this team, but certainly a lot of bright spots and a lot to look forward to. Hope fans can come on out on Tuesday night here at the Boschmer Gymnasium or tune in. And thanks again, buddy, for joining the broadcast.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, your final score for the final time, Methodist 61, Brevard 47. Go Tornadoes.